everybody, and welcome to Drop In with Marianne. I am Marianne Stante. I am an ESL instructor at Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. And I am so happy that you have decided to join us today because we are talking about something that we all talk about every day. Can you guess what that is? Weather. Have you heard these questions? How's the weather? What's it like outside? What's the temperature? Is it hot out? Is it cold out? How's the weather? What's the weather? Have you heard these kinds of questions? There are many, many different questions that we ask when we want to discuss the weather. Now, weather seems like a pretty easy grammar topic, but you know what? It can be a little bit tricky sometimes when we are trying to distinguish between an adjective, a noun, and a verb. These parts of speech and the others seem to give students a very difficult time in the ESL classroom. I got an email from Linda the other day, and Linda would like to talk about the differences between nouns, adjectives, and verbs when we are talking about weather. And I thought that was a great idea considering it's now summer, it's hot outside, but we've also had some rain. I don't know where you live, but if you're still in St. Catharines and you're still attending online classes at Brock University, then you know what I'm talking about. Now, let's start with nouns. A noun is a person, place, or thing. A person, place, or thing. How can we use a noun when we talk about weather? Well, you know, because you do this all the time. Rain. Rain is a noun. Sun, wind, cloud, fog, snow. These are all nouns. Now, can you say it is rain? No. Then rain has to become an adjective. That's right. The noun becomes an adjective. Now, what's an adjective? An adjective describes a noun. It describes a noun. For example, it is a rainy day. Now, rain has become an adjective by adding a Y to the end of the word. Rain is a noun. There is a lot of rain. We have had a lot of rain. Excuse me. There was a lot of rain last night. But let's make it an adjective. Rainy. It is a rainy day. It was a rainy night. We have had a very rainy month. Don't forget your umbrella. It's rainy today. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky because you can also use rain as a verb. And if you want to use rain as a verb, you would add ing. So rainy could then become raining. It is raining outside. But would we say it's a raining day? No, because day is a noun. And how do we describe a noun? With an adjective. So we wouldn't be able to use raining in that sentence because raining is a verb. And with verbs, use the verb to be. It is raining. How's the weather? It is raining. How's the weather? It is rainy. In this sentence, with it is, we can use the adjective form of rain or we can use the verb form of rain. Now, there is another noun that I want to talk about that we can use the same way, and that is snow. Snow is a noun. Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. Snow is a thing. Snow. There is a lot of snow. There was a lot of snow this winter. We didn't get a lot of snow this winter. Now let's change it to an adjective. Snowy. Add a Y. It is snowy outside. It is a snowy day. Again, do you want to change it to a verb? Add ing. It is snowing. It is snowing. Can we say it is a snowing day? No. Just like rain, we cannot use the verb form in the sentence with a noun. We can't do that. So we have to use the adjective. You can't use a verb to describe a noun. Why? Because we only use adjectives to describe a noun. Now, when we're talking about weather, very often we're saying day or weather. It is rainy weather. It is a rainy day. Now, if you watched Drop In with Marianne and studied articles with me, then you would know when you're using a single count noun, such as day, you have to use a or an, depending on the first letter sound of your adjective. It is a rainy day. Rainy begins with an R, that's a consonant, so we use a. It is a rainy day. It is a snowy day. Now, rain and snow can both be used also as verbs, right? It is snowing, it is raining. But let's look at the word sunny. Sunny comes from the base form of the word sun. Sun is a noun. It's a thing. Sunny is the adjective. It is a sunny day. Again, we are using it is. It is a sunny day. Now, remember, sun cannot be a verb. We can't say it's a sunning out. It's sunning out. No, it is sunny out. We have to make it an adjective. We can't use it as a verb. Another example of a noun that we use when we're talking about weather is wind. It is a windy day. It is a windy day. We can't say it is winding. No, we can't make that a verb. We keep it as an adjective when we are describing weather. Now, you can also use the noun form if you want to say, there is a lot of wind today. Don't take your umbrella because it's too windy. What happens to an umbrella when it's very windy? It goes inside out. And then I'll laugh because I find that funny. It is a windy day. The next noun I want to talk about is cloud. Cloud also cannot be a verb. We put a Y, make it an adjective, and we can say it is a cloudy day. The next one I want to talk about is fog. Do you know what fog is? I think we all know fog. It is a foggy day. There is a lot of fog this morning. Be careful when you cross the street. Now, fog, cloud, wind, and sun, we cannot use those words as verbs. We cannot add ing. It's just not how it's said, and it doesn't make sense. With fog, cloud, wind, and sun, we add a Y and make it an adjective to describe day, or we add a Y to make it an adjective to describe the weather. It is foggy weather. It is cloudy weather. It is sunny weather. It is windy weather. So you can use those adjectives to describe to describe nouns, and you can use them as adjectives in that kind of sentence. Now, like we said, with rain and snow, they are special. We can use those as nouns, as adjectives by adding a Y, but they can also be used in the verb form. It is raining. It is snowing. Now, remember, if you are using the word weather or day as your noun, then you must add a Y to make your noun an adjective. You cannot say, it is raining. It is raining day? No. It is a raining day? No. You can say, it is raining today. It is snowing today. That's okay. But with just the word day, we have to be careful and use an adjective. Now, Linda, I hope that clears some of that up for you. But you also asked me about different words that we use and different adjectives we use when describing what kind of day we're having. Now, in English, probably in your language also, we have a lot of different vocabulary words to describe weather. And I'm sure you guys do too. So let's go over just a few and we'll use them in some example sentences so that you know how to use them when you are having a conversation. Remember, you guys, if you have any questions at all, send us an email at the email address on the screen, and I'll be happy to take up any of your grammar questions on Drop In with Marianne. That would be a lot of fun, and I would love to be able to discuss any issues you have with your grammar pertaining to your classes, any books you're studying, or anything that you want to know to help you improve your English. So, going back to Linda's question, I want to mention a few words that we use when it's rainy outside. If it's a rainy day, we have a few words that we can use in place of rainy or rain. Now, there's another noun that we use called drizzle. Drizzle. Have you heard that word? Drizzle. There is a lot of drizzle. It is drizzling. Now, we can make that a verb. Can we say it is drizzly? No. That's one word that we can use as a noun, we can use as a verb, but we can't use as an adjective. So drizzle is like rain, but very light. It is drizzling outside. Another word we use is showers. Have you heard of showers? You hear that on the news a lot if you watch the weather. They will say, today will be a very rainy day. We will have a lot of showers. We will have a lot of showers. Showers are in the forecast. Showers are to be expected. Well, we're not talking shower that you take in the morning. We're talking about showers as in rain. That means it's pretty heavy, but really it's just rain. So take an umbrella. The next word that you will hear is downpour. Downpour is a very strong word for rain. If we are having a downpour, it means that the rain drops are very heavy, they're very dense, and the ground will get very wet very quickly. If you live in a country where there are monsoons, you know downpours. You get downpours a lot in the month of June if you live in countries with monsoons. So downpour means you get a lot of rain. Now, when we studied idioms, we said raining cats and dogs. Well, if you say it is raining cats and dogs, what you mean is we are having a downpour. There is a lot of rain coming down. Now, there are other examples for rain, but those three are very common that you will hear those on the news or on the weather stations if you are watching the news to see what the weather is like. Now, there are lots of other ways that we can talk about the forecast. Forecast is a noun, and it is what the person on TV gives when they are telling you the weather. What is the forecast for today? What is the forecast for today? Today will be breezy. Breeze is another noun that we use for a light wind. It doesn't mean windy because windy really is a lot of wind. It means breezy. It's more gentle and comfortable. It's nice to sit outside in a breeze. It's lovely if the breeze is not too cold. Breeze cannot be a verb. It can only be a noun or an adjective. It is a breezy day. Now, that is used usually in a positive way. It's a windy day is usually used in a negative way because it means that the wind is too strong. And do you want to know another negative connotation word for windy is blustery. Blustery. It's a blustery day. Now, blustery is an adjective that we use to describe a very strong wind. If it is a very strong wind, then we say it's a blustery day. We can't make it a verb. And the root would be bluster. But again, we don't use that when we're talking about weather. We just say blustery. Now, there are some extra words that they use on the news when talking about weather, and we can use them too. One is thunder. We don't say thundery. Now we can say thundering. It is thundering outside. Or there is a lot of thunder outside. What goes with thunder? Lightning. You know lightning. It's the electricity that comes through the sky. Lightning. Now, lightning is a noun. It ends in ing, but it's a noun. There is a lot of lightning. Be careful of the lightning. Don't go outside if there is thunder and lightning. Don't hide under a tree if there is thunder and lightning. That's actually good advice. Don't go under a tree. Get wet, but don't get hit by lightning. Another word that we use, and I know you've used this word, is rainbow. Rainbows are beautiful. Those are the beautiful colors in the sky that water and sunshine make. If you go down to Niagara Falls and you look at the falls, you will very often see rainbows on a sunny day. The mist and the sun work together to give us a rainbow. And everybody loves a rainbow. Now, there are lots of other words that we also use for a snowy day or a stormy day. Have you heard the expression, it is a stormy day? A stormy day can mean thunder and lightning. It can mean lots of snow. It can mean a blizzard. Blizzard, and I'm not talking Dairy Queen. I'm talking snow. If we get a lot of snow and you can't see because of the snow, that is called a blizzard. It's a noun. We can't use it as a verb. We don't use it as an adjective because that would be saying it's a blizzardy day. No, we say outside is a blizzard. There is a blizzard outside. Don't go outside. There is a blizzard. A blizzard is in relation to snow. Now, what about blustery? Well, you know what? We could use that with snow too, but it just means blowing wind. Very, very blowy. And you will hear the word blustery a lot in the fall, because in the fall, there's a lot of wind. The leaves are blowing around, and that's when we usually have a blustery day. But we can also have a blustery day with the snow if the snow is blowing all over the place. Have you heard of hail or sleet? Hail is frozen raindrops. Frozen raindrops. They fall down from the sky and they form what we call sleet. I think sleet is like frozen rain. It's cold rain and it comes down very, very hard. Well, so does hail. Hail is like frozen rain. Now, I'm sure a meteorologist knows what hail is much better than I do, but hail can be big, it can be small. I've never seen a raindrop that big, but I've seen hail pretty big. So it is frozen water from the sky, from the atmosphere that comes crashing down to earth. And we usually get hail right before a big thunderstorm or a tornado or something like that. Hail doesn't usually last very long, but it can do a lot of damage on a house or on a car, and it can do damage on a head if it hits it. Well, that could help some people. Hail is not our friend. Hail comes down usually quite small, but sometimes it can be big. And if we have hail, we don't go outside. Now, can we say haily as an adjective? No. Can we say hailing? It is hailing outside. I have heard that, but it's not as common as saying there is hail or we had hail. There are so many weather words that we use every day. When we talk about the weather, we use words other than hot, cold, cool, or freezing. Those are the most common descriptive words or adjectives when describing the weather. But we have so many different weather words, and I hope you guys learned something today, and I hope you're brave enough to go out and practice. I know my friend Sally in South Korea will be practicing her weather words today because she wrote me and told me so. Good job, Sally. And for the rest of you, remember, practice, practice, practice. Practice your speaking, either with your roommates, your friends. Watch TV, watch movies, recognize the language that we study on Drop In with Marianne, and practice. When you practice, it will stay in your head and you will remember everything that you learn, but you have to practice. Remember, if you have any questions, send me an email and I'd be happy to cover it on Drop In with Marianne. Thank you for joining us at ESL Services at Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. I'm Marianne Stante, and this is Drop In with Marianne. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.